Hey guys, Dr. Dav, board certified laser dermatologist. Today we'll be talking about glycolic acid, in particular one from one of my favorite companies. In fact, this is probably one of my favorite glycolic acid, and that's from Neutrogena. So Neutrogena has been, as you know, a very good company over the last 3-4 decades, and they really do make some really nice formulations. So in this video we'll be reviewing glycolic acid from Neutrogena, and hang on till the end until I do the Dav Score. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm doing quite a fair few of these videos, only 60-second videos, but it gives you a lot of information, much more than I can give in a short period of time on YouTube. So if you want to check out my Instagram, it's down here. Okay, so back to glycolic acid. Glycolic acid has been used by dermatologists for many decades, yeah? And together with salicylic acid, it really forms most of the acids we use. So glycolic acid forms part of the AHA, or alpha hydroxy acids. Now glycolic acids derive from sugarcane, and then there are other forms of alpha hydroxy acids, yeah, including things like lactic acid, which is one of the oldest peels, yeah, because that's derived from sour milk, and citric acid, as the name suggests, from citrus fruits. So with glycolic acids compared to salicylic acid, glycolic acids do need to be neutralized. So what does glycolic acid do? Well, most dermatologists actually use this in a peel preparation ranging from 20 to 35 to 50 to 70%. And in this situation, most of us treat various conditions such as pigmentation, so things like freckles, sun damage, melasma, and also occasionally post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation can respond to glycolic acid. Glycolic acid can also be used to treat sunspots, for example, solar keratoses and some lentigos, which is basically some forms of sun damage which gives rise to pigmentation. Alpha hydroxy acids can also be used to improve skin, both when it comes to photoaging, so things like fine wrinkles, because at higher concentrations it can increase collagen and also increase elastin. Now, what else do we use it for? Glycolic acid is really good for blackheads and pores, yeah, as well as acne-prone skin. I know salicylic acid, because it's lipophilic and anti-inflammatory, is mainly used for that condition, but certainly alpha hydroxy acids can certainly help acne-prone skin. One of my favorite preparations basically for blackheads on the nose and pores would be to combine both the glycolic acid together with a tretinoin, yeah, which is basically a retinoid. And alternate nights, it works really great for pores and blackheads. Now, when we talk about the science of glycolic acid, it's been with us for many decades. Yeah? So it works by, number one, as an exfoliant. So with glycolic acid, it takes away the top layer of the skin, the stratum corneum, and actually penetrates down into the epidermis. And in some cases, when you're using stronger forms of glycolic acid, it goes all the way down to the dermis and actually can stimulate your fibroblasts to produce your elastin and collagen. And that accounts for the anti-aging role of glycolic acid. So the other thing which I use glycolic acid for is what I call a primer. Yeah? So if you're actually very good with your A, B's and C's of skincare, and you're looking for something else which can actually improve things, what I do and what most dermatologists do is we can prescribe a glycolic acid, and the glycolic acid can actually increase the penetration, especially of retinol and not to mention, or not to forget, vitamin B and vitamin C. So how do I use this as a primer? Basically, I'll start off with something like this, an alpha hydroxy acid 10. So Neutrogena makes AHAs 10, AHAs 15, and they come in a range of things, for example, like washes, serums, creams, and many others. So back to the topic of how I actually use this to increase the penetration. So we use it as priming. Basically what we do with priming is that you apply this cream maybe for about 5 to 7 nights before a strong vitamin A. So if I'm doing things like the Vita A peel where we're using 1 to 2% tretinoin, you can prime this, or prime skin, maybe a week before, which makes that peel super duper strong. So once again, this can be modified and you can use your own skincare range to actually, I guess, this allows you to use a skincare range, but to a much different level compared to where you are now. Now, word of warning, word of caution. As you know, with all skincare, actually they should be tailored according to your skin type. The downside about alpha hydroxy acids is skin irritation. So if you have any things like rosacea, or acne, inflammatory acne, eczema, whether atopic eczema, seborrheic dermatitis, all of those forms where your skin is inflamed, alpha hydroxy acid is probably not a good idea, but it doesn't rule it out. So certainly remember, slow in, fast out. So what you want to do is actually test the product in front of your ear, at the back of your ear, and do a test spot. Allergies following alpha hydroxy acid is very rare. So in the 20 years of dermatology, I've only seen one case of true allergy. Most people have an irritant form of dermatitis and not actually an allergy, so it's super safe. The other thing about alpha hydroxy acids is you can actually use it in pregnancy, yeah? So with this formulation, Neostrata makes one, like I said, a 10 and a 15. In a 10 solution, it contains glycolic acid, 8%, as well as citric acid, 2%. And it's actually the base of it is what Neostrata markets as smart amphoteric complex, yeah? And what that does is that it reduces the irritancy of your skin, but supposedly improves penetration. So, having said that, let's actually review this and give this a Dav score. So first of all, when it comes to science, yeah, so skin science, I've got to give it a 5 out of 5. The reason being is, like I said, it's a solid skin science, yeah, which has been, I guess, confirmed over the past few decades. So when it comes to skin science, we know that in deeper penetrating glycolic acid molecules, it can actually stimulate collagen. The second thing is that it works very well as an exfoliant, and hence it improves skin luminosity, decreases pigment, and helps with fine wrinkles and lines. So skin science is a 5 out of 5. Number 2, when we talk about ease of use, I think if it's not for the irritancy rate, it's kind of okay to use. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. The reason being is that not everyone can learn how to use this easily. So if you have, as mentioned before, irritant skin, inflammatory skin, certainly you can actually use it, but be very careful. So you still need to think things through with this preparation. So 3 out of 5. So when it comes to compatibility with the other actives, so things like vitamin A, B, C, and other actives, now once again I'll give it a 3 out of 5. The reason being is that, once again, if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you're on that borderline of sensitive skin, it may flare things up, yeah? So in that situation, 3 out of 5. The other category which I'll rate it is, I guess, packaging, yeah? So when it comes to packaging, I think it's brilliant. It's very clinical, but also it comes as a tube. So you're paying for 40 grams, yeah? And it's more of a tube delivery, so instead of a pump delivery, so you won't waste much. Now, the other category is subjective feel. Now, I quite like this. It goes on very nicely and it integrates nicely. And most people will have that little stingy feeling for a minute or two. The only thing which I guess I can subtract 1 point for is just the smell. Maybe it's me, but I don't quite like the smell. But the smell actually goes in about a minute or two. So subjectively, it's 4 out of 5. Now, one of the other categories I actually consider is pricing. This is where I guess this product comes unstuck, because in Australia you're paying around $50. In the US it's about $30, and you're only paying for 40 grams, right? So if you do use this nightly and you're using it on, for example, acne prone areas or pigmentation areas, this might only last you anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks. So on that basis, due to the sheer cost of it, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. Now, to give this an overall score, the Dav score out of 30, it rates as a 21 out of 30. Highly recommended, but I guess caution in patients who are, I guess, sensitive skin. Yeah. So if you want to up your, I guess, skincare routine or skincare regime to another level, invest in the glycolic acid. And remember, slow in, fast out. Guys, I hope you liked the video. Please, by all means, comment, share. In fact, if you know of a glycolic acid preparation apart from Neostrata, please comment below. I'm happy to review it at another stage. So guys, thank you very much for viewing this video. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.